Why do you have a sponge? Why do you have a sponge? You have an entire basket full of toys, and yet you choose dirty soap sponge. Dirty soap sponge. Oh, don't look cute. Don't look cute. Oh no, don't look cute. We're gonna put that sponge away, and we're gonna get something more appropriate. How about piranha? Macaroni. Oh goodness. Oh goodness, yes. Oh goodness, yes. We have a macaron. We have a macaron. Doggy has a macaron. All right. Is my voice coming through clear this time? Because last time I watched back and it was like. Okay, that's clearer. That's better than it was. Still got to mess with some settings. Still getting used to a new area. All right, let's move this back a little bit. How's that? That better? Not really. Okay. That's not day one. It's day two. We gotta edit that. We gotta edit that. Edit. Day two. Save. And we're gonna mute this because otherwise I'm gonna go insane. Okay. All right, close down. Cool. We're waiting for night. Chicken Junkie! I had to. I had no popcorn to throw. Went to go see the Minecraft movie. One group of kids did that threw popcorn, and I yelled at them. It was great. Oh man, love waiting for night. Dog, you're not doing me any favors. Oh, what do you have? Let's go. May I see? Oh, bring it here. No, get ball. Get the ball. Where'd your ball go? Where'd your ball go? Fine then, don't get your ball. I was gonna play fetch with you while I was waiting. Chicken Jockey! Hello, Chicken Jockey. Um. Ta-da! That's how it's done. All right, so we got fish. We got roses. Again, roses are actually pretty easy to get. Dog. I'm sorry, dog. You're. I can't. I can't play my video games when you're sitting there. How's that? Oh. It's a little better. Able to see my Lovely face, a little better. Dog. Here. I'm sitting with a bear rug underneath me, and my feet want to go right here, but they can't go right there because Sleepy Boy is sleepy. Can you move? I'm fine with you when you sleep over there. But when you're right under me, it's really hard to sit properly, and I'm gonna get a backache. I'm not a young man anymore. Ah, come on. Move. Move, man. Here. And that's how you move in Newfoundland. All right. Get back set up again. Mm. Let's wait for daytime. Daytime is super fun. I see. Yep, volume's still coming through. Okay, cool. And now a spider. Really what I need is a sheep. Sheep is the number one, like, most powerful thing in this game mode, because I can just skip this, because this is the bane of my existence of just waiting. Oh, wait, I did learn how to make torches. Yeah, I can make torches now. So at the very least, nothing will spawn on that block. Cooking with gas now! Look at this man. Look at this man. He doesn't care that I just pushed him across the floor. He just is lazy. Lazy butt. He just got back from Memorial Weekend of being kennelled. And it's his favorite place in the world. He loves all his friends he makes there. And they have a pool for him to swim in. Not a care in the world. He's like, Dad, let me sleep. Dad, Father, I wish to sleep. I do not wish to have foots rubbed on me. He's really going to hate me. I'm going to take my shoes off. Ugh. No, Father, I don't wish to smell. I don't wish to smell like your feet. Too bad, dog. I got nothing else to do while I'm waiting for daytime. You're going to be annoyed. Mm. You have daytime yet? Oh, we got a little daytime. Got a little sliver of daytime. However, I have a little sliver of creeper over there. And who knows what the hell else. There, aren't we just clever? Just Snow White and the 7 clever boys. Here, since we're in show and tell mode, Want to see the other lazy butt? Here's the other lazy butt. Here's the lazy butt. His butt is lazy. Cares for nothing. Oh, fire. Skeletons are on fire, Mugget. It means I can finally play the game. You were just in the way. Alright. Gonna wait for that to finish. I'd rather not, Spider. Cool, we got recipe for bone meal, I guess. That's fun. Eat some rotten flesh, sure. That's always fun. My only food right now is apples, so we should probably get... Oh, wait, I do have a small garden over here, so we're growing. Not fast, but we're growing. Alright, so... Now that I have kind of a base of operations area... I wouldn't say I have a base of operations, but I have an area in which I can kind of get a general set stuff going. I'm going to have to start getting a little choosy with where I expand to. Alright, so what do we got? We got bones, 32 bones. We got, what is this? Clay. Thought it was sand. Nope. I couldn't be so lucky. Why would I be so lucky? I'm never that lucky. Okay. We got pork, beef. Where's that? Where's that buying? Baba, any color sheep. Have you any wool? Yes, for your yes, sir. One bed full. Oh, you. Well, okay then. You're there. So I need to find some iron. Iron would be a great thing to find. Yeah, I have no iron. There is iron in the mountains. However, my last 6 deaths have proven that iron is very hard to get in the mountains. I say hard to get, hard to survive while getting. Alright, we got lilacs, bricks, sandstone stairs, sandstone stairs, sandstone slabs. That is not a chirp, that sound you're making, Turtle. I don't care what the closed captioning says. That is not a chirp. That is a scary sound of you just going. That's a very scary sound. All right. First thing we need to do is just expand farm. Expand farm. That is #1 task today. Expand farm, get food production going. Gonna worry about food first, because food is gonna be utmost important no matter which direction I have to go next. But if we get food, we can lure animals over here. If we lure animals over here, we can start unlocking some of the more complicated things. We're just gonna till up a whole bunch of land here. Any seeds? Yes, 2 seeds. 2 seeds. I'll take 2 seeds. Because don't really have to worry about... I forgot they changed the color of pigs, which I don't mind. I don't mind color pigs. I used to play a mod pack that changed the color of pigs, so this is very... if anything, I want to look around for buildcraft items. Alright, let's make an axe. Do Gimli proud. That's hoe. Yeah, I'm not sure that me moving you over there has done me any favors, because at first it was just like I couldn't put my feet on the floor. Now I'm like sitting over and like having to lean over a little bit. So you win this round, dog. right now my main food source is apples, which is not a great food source to have. So we're going to try and change that. But I cannot kill the pigs yet because life is precious in this data pack. Because it's very hard to get things once you kill them. So they're going to just kind of have to free roam a little bit until I can corral them. And as much as it's hurting me on my inside, I'm trying not to run because that uses up too much food. Which means I will just starve faster. And if I end up starving to death as one of my deaths, that will be the most embarrassing death, because that is probably the most preventable death. It'd be different if I was on like an ice biome or a, you know, desert biome with no seeds available. Because I have such plentiful grass around, it'd be very embarrassing to just starve to death. What'd he do? He didn't plant seeds! Oh no! Like, even though I don't have a bucket, I can still just like this, just next to the water. Alright, and then we're going to start flattening all this land. I want to keep the lava, because it's going to be handy for getting to the nether. Because I can bucket method it to the nether. That has always been my sticking point with this particular data pack, where just the nether is always like slightly out of reach. Like I can't get to... I think last time I was playing this, the closest area that I needed to get lava at was locked behind something stupid. Like, I think it wanted 1,000 gunpowder, and it was the only source of lava that I could find in the chunks I was in when I was doing some test runs of this. Because this is not my first time trying to do this at all. And I've failed every attempt, but I figured if I'm going to start live streaming, I might as well just start live streaming this, because it's just hours of nothing. So everyone else can suffer with what I do for a video. And I've had a couple comments before, like, what's the video taking so long? They take a year! Like, I've done a couple videos where it's like, it took a week to do, but most of my like, 4 videos I've done, it's like, that was a year of work. And like, I'm not just doing one video, I'm doing like 9 videos at once, and it's just whichever one's done first is the one that I start editing first. Alright, let's make a shovel. A little twang in that shovel. Why did I do that? I had plenty of that. Okay, chest. Lots of chest. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh, well. I will need them. It's just a fact of life. I will eventually need that many chests. Regardless of how I'm playing this game, I always end up over-chesting everything. Okay, we're just gonna dump. Take a big dump in this chest. There we go. Alright, let's start flattening this area. While I'm waiting for things to grow, might as well be productive, because that is one thing. Like, I am a flattener in Minecraft. I will just see a mountain and think that doesn't go there, and just like if I was playing in a world, this would not exist. It would just go and like a nice big plateau where I'd build something off it. If I'm feeling creative, I'll go with nature, but in general, fuck nature. But that usually leads to, thousands of chests filled with useless dirt and cobblestone. However, in this particular data pack, thousands of chests of thousands of blocks, of millions of blocks of useless sand and dirt and cobblestone is very handy to have sometimes. Oh, I just realized I can't even breed these pigs. They need carrots or potatoes. Wow. Okay. Yep. Forgot that basic rule of Minecraft. And we're in the middle of a potato famine. We're Irish now. I should really install the lighting mod. I'm not against mods if it means living. I don't like mods if it's like cheaty. But if something's just in the game already and I can do it, like I could technically just do F3 and does this block spawn monsters? Yes or no? I'm not against mods that just make that kind of stuff easier. And we're going to, yeah. Not seeing anything yet, but that doesn't mean it's not around the corner, so I'm playing a dangerous game right now, but I want this garden lit up so it grows at all times. And now we're going to be a coward once again. I learned the hard way. Always put a half slab in. Otherwise, small children crawl through windows to attack you at night. It's Golett Spotlight Hour in Pokemon Go. Holy Golett. Look at that. A lot of Goletts. Get myself a shiny. That's the only reason I play Pokemon Go, because I'm trying to do a shiny Pokedex. And it's so much easier to get shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Go than any other way. That or just Wonder Trade. Every time I Wonder Trade, I give up useless crap in Wonder Trade, and every single time, like I get, it's obviously genned. It's obviously somebody cheated it in, but I'm not using it in competition, so why do I care that it's like the original trader is shinypokemon.com. I finally got my shiny Galarian Zigzagoon the other day, because I love me shiny Obstagoon. Shiny Obstagoon is so ridiculous. I can't help but love him. What are you yelling about? My cat's cleaning himself. And I think he got a knot in his fur. Because he's sitting there with a piece of hair in his teeth just going, and then he finally ripped it out. And he looked at his back and went, eh. Like he got mad at himself. He got mad at himself for hurting himself. Man, I'm such a coward. I'm not a coward, I'm cautious. Hi, sir. How's it going? Do not like the sand noises. Do not like the sand noises. The sand noises are terrifying to me. There's the zombie. I'm not sure if I like the face cam, but the face cam I don't think is going to be permanent. Eventually, I would like to have a. I've been experimenting with PNG tubing, as far as like getting my cartoon character down in the bottom left here, and reacting to me, and I like it, but I don't like how it uh looks at some points. Like I use that character to show emotions on a faceless video. Uh and for a variety of reasons, I use a cartoon character rather than my real face. I'm not fine. I'm fine with my real face being out there. I don't care. Ooh, generic white boy. But hi zombie, how's it going? I like the consistency that a cartoon character brings, because in something like that, like I said earlier, my videos take about a year to film in some cases. Like that last Stardew Valley video, I think took 6 months total. Um, just in like between editing and filming, and I don't film it all at once. As far as like, I don't just go solid like every day Stardew from day one to day whenever I'm finished, because I would go insane if I did that. Didn't take a break. Didn't do any other games. Um, so just like one day week, 2 days a week, maybe on a weekend that I have off, just like binge, like a 10-hour sesh. But um the problem is, if I like having something on screen to show the emotions that I'm feeling at the time, and I take copious notes while filming in order to know what my emotional state, that, and just I remember. Trust me, if you go through the trauma, like you're reviewing the footage back and you're like, oh, this fucking shit. You remember. It's easy to write a script when you're like, oh yeah, that dickhead. But the thing is with live streaming and filming with a face cam, because it's fun to have a, this is my reaction in the moment versus this is my reaction after I've compiled my thoughts in a video. It's fun. It's one of the things I like about like Martin Cito Pants's videos, where he'll like do a little narration, but he'll also do like what he's thinking at the time, which is kind of where I pulled a lot of, yes, sir. I'm telling a story here. I'm glad you have ideas about my story and how I can make it better, but fuck off. Okay. But having my character, one of the things I don't like about cuz I don't always edit in order. Like it's never a clean like this happens and this happens and this happens and this happens. Sometimes I need to pull footage just because it looks better. That has nothing to do, like especially in Stardew Valley. Like I'll be talking about something and I'll just pull full footage from like far in the future and bring it back in the minds. Um, and it's not too difficult in Stardew Valley because either I'm changing my clothes so often or whatever. Um, the thing is, like, if I'm pulling footage from a video game, like it's gonna look about the same no matter what. But if me real life is here, my beard's gonna change, my hair is gonna change, my clothing's gonna change, I'm gonna change. I might be wearing contacts one day. I don't really wear contacts very much anymore, but I might. Hat, haircut, shave my pubes, whatever. Something happens that makes the video inconsistent, and there are several times where, in while I'm describing something in a video, I will take
multiple shots across multiple recording sessions and splice them together, and seeing it in the film, like, it still tells the story I want it to, and it's still accurate. It's just those shots look better than the originals. But if I start splicing shots from something like a live stream that has a live cam on it, 3 shots in a row, real quick, but for whatever reason, I go from black shirt to green shirt to blue shirt real quick, you'll go, oh, that doesn't look right. And you'll lose the consistency. It's not lying by omission or anything like that. Like, I'm not deceptively editing anything. It's just, it doesn't have the consistency I want, which is why I use a cartoon character, because cartoon characters, like, they stay the same from day one unless the art style changes. And the art style might change in the future. My wife has already been, like, experimenting with a new art style. She's like, I like this one better. And I'm like, if you make me new avatars, remember, you got to make a new emotion for every single one. So it might happen, but if I can get a VTube model in my character, I plan on that in the future. But at the same time, I don't have $1,500 just lying around right now, because I did just buy a house and a car, and my office is going to need renovation before I can move in permanently in there. All right, how are we doing on garden? Still no progress. I guess we have had a little progress, but no notable progress. Now, technically, I'm doing this wrong. I know. So, funny little thing about Minecraft farming that not everyone knows is when you're growing something and something grows, it checks the block next to it. And if the block next to it is the same type of block, it has like a 50% chance of failing growing. So technically, if you want to grow things the fastest, like, it would be beet, carrot, potato, wheat, beet, carrot, potato, wheat, all different things. That's a pain in the ass. The easier way to do it is instead to plant in rows. So just like a row of wheat, a row of carrots, a row of wheat, a row of carrots. And that cuts down on that likelihood. However, these grow fast enough like that. So unless you're like super optimizing your playthrough, or just like an absolute nutcase when it comes to efficiency, don't make yourself go crazy. Don't. I've been there. I've gone crazy in this game. I've done some weird stuff, and it is not worth it. Oh yeah, I was gonna make a shovel. Starting to sound like Preach now. That's how Preach says shovel. Shovel. Okay. Oh, and we're gonna get a composter. Yes. It is 2 hours until dinner time. You can shut up. One of my other cats is just out there. Feed me. Feed me. I'm pathetic. And I say, no. You are not getting fed yet. No food for kitty. Oh, I'm not... I'm out of trees to kill for food. To be fair, my drop chance on an apple is pretty low, but still. That's the only food I got right now. This ain't Skyblock, where you just hook up a thing to a tree and it just drops tons of apples. This is vanilla. I need to figure out how to do archaeology in this. I know it's a thing. I know you can do it. Don't know how. Never even seen the tools. All I know is you can get pots. Oh no. Gonna have to start mining stone. Gonna be one of those things where I'm just littering the ground with stuff, isn't it? Okay, might as well get this copper. Might as well get this copper. This copper's fine to get. Double F, fine. Alright, what do we have here to unlock this anyway? Okay, we got string, and we got bacon. I don't care if it's not actually bacon, it's bacon. It will forever be bacon. Not sure why I'm gathering all this copper, but, you know, never hurts. What do we got? Stone slabs. And that's all coarse dirt. That's cobblestone. I can get cobblestone. That is... acacia planks. Oh, I thought I had those on me. Because there's another sheep right there. And really all I need is iron. Oh, hey! There's something I need. Heck yeah. There we go. Any more clay around here? I don't want to dive too deep for clay because just I'm on ultra hardcore, no health regen, and just like a little drowning damage is detrimental to my health. Just like real life. Just a little water in the lungs will ruin you for the rest of your life. Okay, let's go ahead and unlock that one. You can be quiet, miss. I'm sure you can't hear her, but it's just she's pathetic sitting over there. Feed me. Freaking Audrey too, and Little Shop of Hoarders. Just feed me, Vorland. Feed me. Feed me. Feed me. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me all night long. You can do it. Feed me, Seymour. I might have to go get kelp to eat. I'd rather not. Okay, I got 2 apples. I got 2 apples. 2 apples will hold me over until I have a little more wheat. In the meantime, grow some more trees, get some more apples. Getting tired of not being able to sprint. Not even like because I can't sprint, but like because I physically should not sprint because otherwise I will die. Oh. Oh, there's more clay there. I do need more clay. Okay, are you just shedding this stuff? Or, like, your people dying. Am I about to go on a quest to save your people from... Didn't like that noise. Like, I'd love to just open up this entire savannah for building and stuff, but I really shouldn't, because the more tiles I open up, the more difficult new tiles will be. So I might want to save that until I actually have like a plan going forward. That's all bone. Oh, back into the cave of bitchness. All right, bitch cave it is. I'm just petting my dog, and it's all that hair. Just all the hair in the world. Need to get my Roomba remapped to this new house. Yeah, you're happy I'm letting you on the couch now. I wasn't letting the dog on the couch because I was afraid that she was going to muddy it, and it's a white couch, but she's been okay. She doesn't match the couch exactly, though. I don't care. You're not getting food. It is not 8 o'clock yet. You have an hour. I don't care. Try me. Yeah, you can try me. You're not. Silly cat. Yes, hello, zombie. Zombie. Zombo Bombi. Sorry, just completing quests on Pokemon Go real quick. That scared the crap out of me. That made me jump. You know, I don't think I've ever seen oinks spelled out, and it's spelled exactly like I think it was, but it still looks wrong. I caught a Frillish. Yeah. Completing quest. Use 3 incense or daily adventure incense. That's not fair. Evolve 5 Pokemon. That's not fair. You suck. That pig has some heavy footsteps. Good night. Also, I don't know if anyone plays Pokemon Go. Look at this ridiculousness. I have like no potions, but 71 revives. That's ridiculous. I'm like Jesus if he didn't feed Lazarus after he raised him from the dead. Just like, get up, my son, and starve back to death. Just no. All right, gonna throw away my grape stem real quick. Oh, and now I eat a spinach wrap. Not even anything in it, just a wrap. Because why not? I'm an adult. I can eat like an adult, which means grabbing whatever's in the fridge that you don't have to cook. Yes, ma'am. Say hi to other doggy. I bought this dog because my other dog needed a dog. The problem is, this dog is too energetic for the other dog, so he won't play with her. And so she's become the needy one, where he just ignores her. And so she needs constant attention. So at this point, I need another dog for my dog's dog. Luckily, though, you just give her a tennis ball and she'll play fetch with herself. Like, she'll go to the top of the stairs and roll down the ball and chase it. Oh, yes, Susan, just so cute. So cute. Aren't you just so cute? Yeah, I'm pointing the camera at my crotch. That's lovely. At least I'm wearing pants today. Okay. Oh, yes, you. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. Who's got the ears? Who's got the ears? She's got ears and a nose. Oh, it's such a nose. Oh, yes. Yes. You gonna stand on top of your brother? You get on camera better? Nope, you're gonna. I can't have you lay there. I just moved your brother. I just moved your brother. And now she's in the way. And he's in the way. This is great. Just fantastabulous. All right, you're gonna need to move your paws because I'm gonna move forward. You know, if I had warmed this up, it wouldn't be so bad. Right now, it's pretty mediocre. Yes, I said mediocre. I don't care. English is only my first language. I'm a native English speaker. I should be allowed to change the language however I want. All right. That was good. Just watching that spider disappear. All right. Still getting food. Today's priority, food. Do we have any more growth? Hey! Something grew. Yay. 1 wheat. And 2 seeds. More excited about the seeds than the wheat. Alright. Now, apparently the other armadillo is just shedding. Maybe. Unless he died. Did he die? I don't know what he died from. Dehydration? I don't know. He dried up and all that's left is his shell. Man, I remember playing Minecraft on my shitty Dell computer when it first came out. Like, not even came out. Like, before it came out. I had a gamer tag that I think was in the low 10,000s for Minecraft signups. I've been playing this game for way long. I was playing before Yogscast was playing. I might have been playing before Paul Soares Jr. was playing. Good lord, that if that doesn't date me, oh my god. But like, I learned from Minecraft when I was playing World of Warcraft. And I was just gaming late at night. In the Barrens, just leveling up an orc. And someone was just spouting shit about this new game that they found called Minecraft. And like, yeah, it's like Legos, but like a video game. And I went out and I bought it for $5. And it's the best value of a game I've ever gotten. And I lost that gamer tag. And I had to buy a new account. And I'm not happy about that. That account is tied to an email that I no longer have control over. I'm sure I could get control over it. It'd just take like a day, but I'm not going to do that. And it's not migrated from a Mojang. Oh, that was before Mojang existed. I don't even know what kind of account it would be under. That would be like some archaeology. Oh. But no, I've been playing this game for too long, if anything. It wasn't even in dev. It was inf dev. I was there when pumpkins were added. Redstone was like just the goddamn coolest thing ever. I'm terrible at deleting worlds, and I kind of wish I had saved those worlds. Because I remember doing some what I thought at the time were like really cool things, like built a small castle and all that kind of stuff on those worlds. And like, I made a castle that was, I think, like 100 by 100. And then I like populated a small village of towns in it, like no villagers, just towns, and like a couple of like signs that were in place of like put villager here, like just a sign that said like, you know, cafe or whatever, in the towns, and then built like what I thought at the time was a really impressive castle. And meanwhile, like by today's standards, I'm doing things far larger and far more intricate that would blow that out of the water. But it would be nice to like go back and see what I did, but I don't think I have any of those hard drives even left. I might have the hard drives. But I wish I had saved some of those, because like I'm not a very nostalgic person as far as like, you know, my wife and I went on a honeymoon and we took a total of I think 4 pictures on the honeymoon. Neither of us are like, oh, look at that, look at us. For me, photos have always been documentations of like, shit, I need to turn this into my insurance. I should probably take some pictures. We were so young in that car crash. Look at you with that broken nose. You were adorable back then. Just, no. Not a big picture taker. But there are some of those things, like games especially, I kind of want to look back and like, what was I thinking at the time? Like, what was going through my head? Like, I'm kind of upset that I found my Pokemon Gold version and I wanted to see what I was rocking with in Pokemon Gold, and the battery had died and I couldn't recover my save, and I was kind of upset about that. Like my Emerald version, you know, I know exactly what I was thinking because I was getting every single Pokemon in. Remember seeing Matt play like Zero Distance? Oh yeah, like it's just, I thought I was hot shit on Minecraft starting out, especially like when YouTube first started coming out, and like especially like those videos like the Enterprise, like people just like, you know, when MC Edit first started coming out, and you know, they dropped that like tour the USS Enterprise map, and I'm thinking like, I've done better than this. I've done way better than this. I don't know what you're doing. And now like people have made the Enterprise in Minecraft with like fully operational bridge, and it's like, wow, that we've come a long way. God, and I remember when like multiplayer first became a thing, and I had no one to play with. I didn't know anyone else. No one in my WoW guild wanted to play. They were all interested in raiding. I gave up WoW for Minecraft. It was just another addiction. You know, there are games like I'd like to delete from my memory and have no knowledge and replay, but none of them I think would ever give me the feeling of like your first day playing Minecraft and having no idea what's going on and just dropping into a world of infinite possibilities, and then suddenly it's 6 in the morning and you should have been at work an hour ago, and like, oh shit. Like, that is the feeling I want. Like, a lot of people say like their first Pokemon game, or one of the Final Fantasies, or you know, a lot of like epic RPGs or action shooters with like great stories. Like, no, I just want that nostalgic feeling of like my first time playing Minecraft. That's all I want. Just erase all of Minecraft knowledge from my brain, because I still like the game, but like I will never again capture the feeling of making my first piston door and making it work without a wiki and just like blowing my own brain. I did that. Yeah, the continuous what's this? Like, there's a green Hold up. What do you got? Oh, you have an antler. Okay, it's just very loud. Now, my first goal in Minecraft was to make a rail system that just went to the bottom of the earth. That's all I wanted to do, and I had no idea how to find iron. And I think I made like a minecart and like 20 tracks, and then I died, and I was so far away when I was building that, and I never found my way back. And I just like deleted that world out of frustration. It's like nowadays, it's like, oh, but I want to see what I did. I had a little castle on an island underneath a mountain that flied in the sky, because that's what world generation was like back then. Just absolute craziness. Wasn't planning on a nostalgia trip today, but yeah, I'll take a nostalgia trip. Nostalgia's good. Nostalgia's good in small doses. Then you get the people where it's like, I think everything was better back in the day. It's like, no, it's better now. You don't know what we suffered. You don't know what we suffered. Servers ruined multiplayer. No. But yeah, you don't know the pain of world holes where just suddenly the world opened underneath you and you got stuck for half an hour while you were logging in and out, in and out, in and out, and hoping that you didn't die while trying to log back in. Lost your first time into lava. Oh no. God, remember when zombies were feather farms, not rotten flesh farms? Those were the days. Remember when skeletons were bitches and not hardcore assholes? I mean, I like some of the changes they've done to the mobs, because let's face it, mobs used to be very stupid back in the day, where you just like, you know, oh no, a zombie's coming, dig a pit in front of you, and they drop in. I tried for a video at one point doing some of the old school, like, Vetches capture the wool map, because I've always loved those maps, and I've always wanted to do a series on those, but I wanted to go through, like, you know, see how they evolved over time. The problem is when Vetches did those, it was back when mobs were super stupid. And he never went back and rebalanced them. And I think it was the first one where he just like went absolute nuts on skeleton spawners on one of the wool. And it's just absolutely impossible no matter what you do. If you get close to that wool, you're dead. Because skeletons are stupid accurate nowadays. And they hurt so much. And now they spawn with enchanted bows. God, capture the wool mats were always so fun. I miss the community that was around. Again, I didn't expect to go on a nostalgia trip. I miss the community that was around like adventure maps. Like adventure maps were always just fun, especially like I'm still subscribed to him these days. He doesn't do much. He live streams once in a while, but I always miss his live streams. But and I even did a little voice work for some of his videos. Ron Smalik. Where he just went absolute ham. Like if Ron liked a map, you knew it was good. And I wish him the best. Like he was a great guy. The little I worked with him. But And he had some great maps. Like he was the Mission to Mars one. He was one of the first ones to kind of take advantage of interdimensional stuff, where like the Nether opened and like, how do I make a red planet? Oh, just put it in the Nether, where the entire atmosphere is red. And he was kind of the first one to kind of take advantage of like environmental setting like that. And people eventually like took what he built and surpassed what he did, which is what all technology does. Um, but by the time like command blocks started coming around, it was more about like the machines that people could make rather than the stories that people could create. Like I miss that chunkiness of, you know, uh, you get to a house in the middle of the woods in the adventure map, and okay, now maybe kind of ringing a bell, but I can't quite place it at the moment. But he was never like big in like front end space. As far like Ron was never big, like he got a couple interviews in like podcasts like The Shaft or Minecraft After Dark, and like some of the podcasts and like gaming podcasts, or especially the Minecraft centric podcasts. um like he got a few interviews and he was a notable guy for that, but for the most part he's mostly well known of like his list was what big YouTubers checked, like, is this a good map for me to play? And if Ron rated it highly, yes. And every once in a while, you hear someone, one of them drop like, we checked Ron's list, and this one was highly rated, or this is his top 10 this week, or whatever. And they play the adventure map. But yeah, I just miss that community, and just the jankiness of like, you get the map, and then you get a folder full of Microsoft Notebook files, and it's like you get to the cottage in the middle of the woods, and it'd just be a sign that says open notebook number 4, and you'd open it, and you'd have to like exit out of your game, or like minimize your game and go over to your other screen, or just like open it up and like read the next part of the story in this janky way. And then they introduced books, and it got a little better, and now they have command blocks. Now you can make NPCs that do whatever you want, and like it, I'm not gonna say it was better back in the day, because it was not. It was not better, but I miss some of that janky charm where it was just like, limitations breed innovation, and just the people wanted to tell stories using Minecraft, and they found a way to tell stories using Minecraft, and it was weird and janky, but God, I loved it. And then yeah, I moved on from like, and then people started I mean, maps still exist. People still make them once in a while. Um but for the most part, it's more like the big servers these days, cuz everything has to be commodified by capitalism, because of course it does. Um Nowadays, every once in a while a big server will like pay a uh or fund a, like, adventure, whatever. Hypixel, I know, has a couple like side stories kind of thing. um I don't think they're too popular these days, but for the most part, people, if they want a story, tend to go towards the like mod packs that have like quest lines to them, which I like. Those, they're fun. My only problem with mod packs with quest lines is, like, as much as I like learning new mods and learning new ways to play the game, I don't want to learn new mods and learn new ways to play the game every single time I fucking download this game. It's like every mod pack creator is always like, yes, we're going to have bees, but I don't like the bees they used in the other one, so we're using a totally different mod. So you have to relearn bees, and bees suck. I love bees. I love bees. Bees are fun. Bees are fun. I like the idea of like cultivating bees or cultivating cows or whatever, like whatever you want to do in the game to get different resources. But some of those mods are just so Greg Tech. Oh my god. I tried the like To the Moon or whatever mod pack one time, and I flat out gave up because I hit that third page, maybe even the second page of the quest book, and it was like 30 hours of grinding to get one item, and I needed 9 items to make a block of it. And like I looked up like, is there an easier way to get this thing? And they're like, make a farm. Okay, how do I make a farm? It's another 100 hours of grinding to make a farm. Enjoy. Fuck you, Greg Tech. Oh yeah, this is the copper from the other mod. You need the copper from my mod. I fell head over heels. Like I could have kissed the guy who made the mod pack that like, okay, we're just gonna anything named copper works. Like the first guy who came up with that idea of like, you know what? You know, all copper is copper. We're just calling it copper. I could have kissed him. Or at the very least, the guy who what's the mod that like you could make a big cauldron and just pour all your stuff in. It would alloy some stuff or it would melt some stuff, and then you could like pour out blocks or bricks. I can't remember what mod that was, but that was the one where it's like, you know, he made it so you could put anything in this cauldron and it all came out as vanilla Minecraft or just like a thing. And he's like, you know what, use my mod as a workaround, I'm fine with it. And it's like, yes, you're a genius. That is the way you get your mod into every mod pack ever. It was like more tools or something like that. Can't remember. And then you'd have mods that like had good grounds, had a solid foundation as far as like it was appearing in a lot of mod packs. The one and then the creator would be like, you know what? Fuck my mod. I'm gonna make it completely different. And the one that comes to mind was Thaumcraft. And don't get me wrong, I love every version of Thaumcraft. I just wish they had just been like, okay, each version of Thaumcraft is an iteration on Thaumcraft. Nope, Thaumcraft 2, completely different than the Thaumcraft 3. Thaumcraft 3, completely different than Thaumcraft 4. I don't know if there's a Thaumcraft 5, but it's like every single one needed a completely new wiki page just to understand it. It's like, no, just build on what you already have. Improve what you already have. Don't rewrite it from the ground up. All right, we got a little bit of stuff to make a shovel. Sure. My cat is just going crazy. Yeah, call it something not Thaumcraft. Even not Thaumcraft, by the creator of Thaumcraft. That would have been better. Then there were ones that just basically like made a completely new game. Like I can't remember the one. There was a mod that was essentially like playing a completely different game where it had to do with like you had to go around and like it was all like base vanilla Minecraft, but then like the generation and everything, there were no like special cores or anything, but like it had to do with like summoning things. and like you'd have to like make magic circles on the ground, and you'd summon gods and kill the gods and enslave them and all that kind of stuff. That was a fun mod pack, but it was so deep, and it was in a couple mod packs, and they just kind of went like, no one does this, so they never did. They never. I think the creator just kind of abandoned it because everyone like, yeah, this is good. It should be alone in a mod pack, and because he wasn't getting in all the mod packs, he wasn't getting the attention he kind of needed to keep the project going, and he kind of stopped it. And I can't remember what it was. All I remember is Shin and Duncan from the Yogs cast did an entire series on that, and it looked really cool. But at the same time, I looked at that and went like, I'm never getting into that. Nope, never. My brain only has so much room for knowledge, and that knowledge is mostly taken up with new Pokedex inputs. You know, Pokemon X and Y is coming in at that time. I need to know what Solego and Xerneas and all these things are. Now, dollar to dollar, this game has had... I have gotten my worth out of, like, considering I paid $5 for it initially for my initial account, and then when I lost that account, I paid, I think, $15 at the time, and then I bought my wife 2 accounts, because... like, I've probably spent about $100 on accounts between, like, the 360 version, the Xbox version, Bedrock version before they, like, included it, Java version for both my wife and I probably spent about $100. And considering the tens of thousands of hours I have put into this game, I think I've got my money worth. At this point, I'm stealing from Microsoft, which is good because they get me every month with the Microsoft Ultimate Pass. You know, yes, we know you haven't actually played any of these games, but we're going to charge you anyway. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I might play those games someday. But joke's on that. Joke's on them. I'm playing Expedition 33 for free. You know, free. I'm still paying for it. That is, dollars to donuts, one of the best deals on the internet these days. Just the Microsoft Game Pass. Just, you don't need to get the Ultimate. The Ultimate is mostly just because I play games on both Xbox on the TV and on the computer. But just Xbox Game Pass, the value I get out of that is insane. I'm kind of surprised they have kept it up as long as they have. I hope it never goes away. But the thing I really love about Xbox Game Pass is just the fact that, like, I'm playing indie titles I never would have thought of playing. I paid like 10 or 15 or whatever the beta price was, but even though I've opened it, I haven't opened the game. I was still ranks up there on playtime. Yeah. Dude, I remember my mother commenting on me because I played Pokemon Gold for so long. Just because, like, I was a stupid kid, couldn't beat a couple gym leaders, and just like, fine, I'll level them up to 100. And so I grinded out like Pidgeys on Route 2 or whatever in order to get them. And I commented, because whenever you opened a save game, it said, like, you know, this game, this player, how many hours? And I just commented to my sister one time on a road trip, like, I played 200 hours of Pokemon Gold. And my mom, like, was in abject horror at the fact that I had spent 200 hours on that game. And now it's like, you know, that Wolf of Wall Street meme, like, that's rookie shit. You gotta pump those numbers up. I think I may have finally crossed over my Minecraft is number one, the game I have put the most hour in, bar none. Bar none. Just because it is my veg out, do nothing. Like, I'm watching Netflix, I might as well kill a mountain game. But I think I finally eclipsed my World of Warcraft account numbers with Final Fantasy 14 at this point. Don't hold me to it, but it is very possible. Screw it. We're just gonna shovel away to here. That's enough shovels. Sure. We're just gonna flatten this whole place out. What you doing there, doggy? Even then, as much as I played World of Warcraft, I never got, like, into World of Warcraft. I liked the world better than I liked the game. Is that armadillo again? Armadillo? Yeah, dog. What's up, dog? Oh my god, there's a belly down here. I gotta scratch the belly. The belly has been scratched. Alright. There you fell in water. Since I'm waiting here for night anyway. It's not food time yet. And no, you guys are not going outside because it's raining. TF2 is the one that spent at least like a lot of time, but now looking at my Steam page, my playtime is only like 423 hours. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a couple games like that where it's like I sunk so much time into that, and I look at my playtime, it's like less than 100 hours. Like, oh man, I spent nothing on that. I can never get to TF2. Of course, about the time I was trying to get into TF2, I was like new to first-person shooters on PC, and I was not handling the transition well. I've come to understand my brain is fucked. Uh, just if I go from, I mostly play third person games, like top down games, like Final Fantasy Tactics and a Fire Emblem and Expedition 33 and stuff like that. Like I enjoy a third person game. And then I go to a first person shooter. My brain doesn't like that, especially if I've been playing one and go to the other. And about the first 30 minutes to an hour of me going from third person to first person, my brain needs to rewire itself and I will be motion sick that entire time. It's one of the, It's one of the reasons why like I'm so hesitant. Like my friends will be like, "Let's play Sea of Thieves." Meanwhile, I'm playing like a top-down side scroller or whatever, like Civilization or something, and like my brain's not in that mode yet. And it's like, yeah, sure, uh-huh. And then like the majority of my time for that first hour is just me dicking around and trying to not throw up on my keyboard. God, I picked up Sea of Thieves for the first time in probably about 2 years the other day. Oh, about a month ago. Um, Still love that game. Still a great game. I don't like how commercialized and commodified it is, like all these skins and stuff in the store, but it's not game breaking or anything. Like even the game breaking uh thing that you could say, like there's an emote where you just like take a barrel and put it over you so you look like a barrel, and they made it free. Like it's technically in the store, but it's technically free. So I don't mind that. They just added so much to it and streamlined a lot of the stuff, because that's the one thing about Sea of Thieves where it's uh let's have a quick game. Let's spend the first spend this first 30 minutes resupplying the boat, and now they've got a thing where it's like you can like take a boat from from one session to another. You can do things with quests in order to like uh make your playtime a little faster. You can quick travel now, which is interesting. I'm still not sure how I feel about that. The trade-off is you can quick travel, but if you quick travel, you lose all your treasure. So it's something you can do to your destination, but not from your destination. So it's a fun thing to do. But there is a video I would like to at some point do in Sea of Thieves where I want to see. So they have rowboats, and they have rowboats that have cannons mounted on them. And I want to see if you can take down an ancient megalodon with a rowboat. I'm sure you can. I'm sure I will drive my friends insane if I do that with them. And I want to capture every moment of it. Because that is not something I'm doing myself. That is something I am doing with a pint of rum, drunk. That is not a sober idea. Oh, Suki. Suki, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yes. You let me pick you up? You let me pick you up? No, no picking up. No picking up of the Suki. No picking up of the Suki. There's a disco. There's a disco. There's a disco. Suki's gonna come on the desk. Yeah, the beating haven't played it myself, mostly just clips of other people. But yeah, it's like beating Elden Ring with a level 1 fisticuffs character or something. Yeah, it's a practice in self-flagellation. Really, my current idea is even stupider than that. I kind of want to see. So I don't know if you've played Expedition 33 yet, but Expedition 33 has dodge and parry mechanics. Basically, they basically went like, what if we take turn-based mechanics and put Dark Souls mechanics on your opponent's turn, and technically you can play that entire game without taking a single point of damage. Very difficult, and I kind of want to see if I can do that. Which, yeah, just basically means I can put all of my points into attack and critical, and none of my points into any kind of defense at all. Uh, so the fights will last like one hit, but that also means I can only survive one hit, and I'm only I want to say like 2/3 of the way through the game, maybe 3/4. And I'm already only surviving one hit. I'm not even playing in that way. I'm not even on expert difficulty. I'm on normal difficulty, and just some dude will be like, "Yeah, here's a giant rock," and you're dead. I found an enemy. I found an enemy the other day that could only be defeated by countering, and his attack pattern is stupid. My sister texting me. I sent my picture. My picture. I sent my picture a sister. I sent my sister a picture of a what? Come on outside. Are you gonna be good if I let you outside? You're gonna have to be good. It stopped raining for the moment, so we're good. I sent my sister a picture of a Japan apparently has a subway train that is shaped like Rayquaza from Pokemon Generation 3. I sent it to my sister. She's like, I must ride it. Same. Yeah, Expedition 33, highly recommend. It is by far the best game to come out in quite a while. I don't think it beats me on an emotional level as far as Final Fantasy XIV, but also... Yes, dog? Final Fantasy XIV had the advantage of, like, that game made me cry a couple times. And a lot of that was because I had spent literal years playing that game to get to the climax of it. So it was just like an emotional buildup a decade in going. And I didn't cry at Expedition 33. But I definitely, there are a couple, like, gut punch moments of, like, oh my god, like, it's beautiful. But yeah, it's great game. Great game. Can't recommend enough. I know everyone's fawning over it, and of course, there's always the naysayers of YouTube videos like, Expedition 33 isn't as good as everyone says it is, and is it perfect? No, but nothing's ever perfect. Nothing's ever gonna be, like, perfect for you. Like, there are things in that game that I don't like, but also there are things in that game that I just flat out avoid because I don't like, and I can do that. I'm an adult. I'm not a completionist. I'm a challenge seeker, but I'm not a completionist. That, and I would love to see a... So, one of the reasons why I love Final Fantasy so much is because of Mitsuyoshi Soken, the composer of the music, because he's very, very good at, like, leitmotifs and lots of different styles of music, and just very, very, very talented artist. I would love to see him get together with the composer... Oh, Torrens, starts with a T, of Expedition 33, because I think those two together could do marvelous things, and I would love to hear it. Like Soken in Final Fantasy 14. So the latest raid series in Final Fantasy 14, is all about like it's essentially the Final Fantasy version of like a wrestling tournament, and every single combatant has their own theme song they come out to and all that kind of stuff. And he's done so many different music styles, and like there's thrash metal, there's low stream hip hop, there's what you doing there, dog? There's what can only be described as like the Gundam Wing theme song made into a 5-minute song. It's he's been going absolute ham, and I love him for it. Just the fact that he made one of the songs that goes the absolute hardest in Final Fantasy XIV while in the hospital with cancer. That man is dedicated, and it shows. Like, apparently he redid his entire like room in the hospital in order to compose. Like, Square Enix paid to have him rebuild his studio in the hospital during Shadowbringers. Oh, now the outside matches my game. Rainy. Been threatening rain like all day. It finally did a little bit. I don't know if I can get it. Pardon my deck, it's a mess. Oh. He's just out there, laying in a puddle. Ugh. Yeah, Final Fantasy's a flavor. The good thing about Final Fantasy is like there is no one definitive like game. I know like Final Fantasy 14, whatever tactics, all that fun stuff. They all have their own different flavors to them. Like Final Fantasy 7 is like the quintessential like everyone fell in love with it, and that one's more along the lines of like a steampunk universe. Final Fantasy 8 is more like high fantasy. Final Fantasy 14, and it is supported by the fact that it is an MMO and has multiple expansions to it. Final Fantasy 14 is like, yeah, everything you've ever seen in Final Fantasy, put it in. Steampunk makes sense. Magic makes sense. Potions make sense. Necromancers make sense. Oh, yeah, the dog shakes. I thought, yeah, he's gone. He just wants to lay out in the rain. Yeah, Final Fantasy is very much a fun time. You can choose what kind of game you're going to get. It all kind of revolves around turn-based combat. Not all of them, and even then, all of them kind of have a different flavor of turn-based combat. Trying to think where I was going with this. I completely lost my train of thought. Nope, it's gone. It left. It said sayonara, goodbye. Rip thoughts. Thoughts don't live here anymore. If you wanted to try, again, I will highly recommend Final Fantasy XIV to anyone who wants to. However, I will also admit that it is not an everyone game. It is a game that requires patience to get into, but once it gets its grip in you, you will become a walking advertisement of like, you should play this game. It has a free trial. It is a gigantic free trial. It includes the first 3 expansions now, for free. Unlimited playtime up until the first 3 expansions, and honestly, the first 3 expansions, like you'll know if you like the game. It's not like, you know, some people just watch the first 4 seasons of The Office, you'll like it. No, I don't like The Office. I don't like cringe humor. I remember what I was saying about Final Fantasy. There is a point in Final Fantasy, like, again, like, video game music. I love video game music. And, you know, I love a good boss theme. A good boss theme will make or break a game for me sometimes. However, in Final Fantasy, there hits a point where, like, the boss does its big attack and it doesn't work, and the music changes, and it's just this feeling of like, okay, motherfucker, now it's time for my boss music, and then from then on, it is just you trouncing the boss for the rest of the fight. It's fantastic. Oh yeah, it's a huge trial period. It's a very generous trial period. The only thing is, like, it locks out some of the, like, multiplayer stuff, like the auction house and stuff, but that's just mostly, like, to keep people from botting things and making a ton of free accounts and getting around a lot of bot stuff. Doesn't stop the botting from happening. It just makes it more expensive if you want to bot. But it's also a game that I would say, like, respects your time as far as MMOs go, because, like, all kinds of I've been playing MMOs for years, and every MMO has the same problem of, like, oh, you want the story? Enjoy grinding for 140 hours. Or more if you're RuneScape. Like, as much as I like RuneScape, I am not leveling farming just to play one quest. I don't care if Song of the Elves is your best thing ever. Farming sucks, and I'm not going to level it. Final Fantasy does its best to... Final Fantasy XIV does its best of, like, if you want to play the story, they have it paced perfectly where, like, when one quest ends, you should have the correct equipment and the correct level to proceed to the next one. So there's no pause in gameplay, for the most part. There are a couple times where I screwed that up, but that was a user error, not anything else error. Oh yeah, like, there are some just, like, hype mode. I tried playing Final Fantasy the first time. Like, I bought it when Stormblood was about to come out, which is their 3rd expansion, which is the final one that's in the free trial. Tried it for a bit, but I tried playing it like World of Warcraft, and World of Warcraft is just like, nobody cares about the story. Nobody reads anything. World of Warcraft, you click on your quest giver, it gives you a block of text that you're expected to read, and then just tells you, go to here in the map and click this thing. And then you don't read it, and then you go click the thing, you go click the thing, you go click the quest giver, you get the reward, you get the adrenaline rush and the endorphin, like, yay, I did something. Final Fantasy, World of Warcraft, you get into your new zone, you pick up every quest, you read none of it, and then you just, like, do all the things. And then Final Fantasy does a thing where it's like, you get into the new zone, and you do one quest line at a time. There are 40 quests in this area, do one at a time, because there's cutscenes, there's character development, there's all kinds of stuff. Like, it's just like, do one task at a time. And I didn't do that the first time I played, and I just picked them all up, and I'm like, I'm fighting crabs over here, and I'm gathering jelly over here, and I'm harvesting plants over here, and I'm doing this, and meanwhile I'm playing the main storyline. I'm like, who are these people? What are they doing? I was talking to a marauder before. Why am I doing this? And like, I got really confused, and I put it down. Like, this game is not for me. And then I had someone tell me, like, just do one thing at a time. Like, and I did one thing at a time, and I fell in love with it. Like I said, if you can survive Final Fantasy, like, you'll become a walking advertisement. I am no different. That, and I just love the fact that you can be every single class, because that's one thing that was a gripe of mine in World of Warcraft, where, like, if you wanted to, because I get really into my character. Like, I don't role play, but I have kind of a headcanon of, you know, this is my character, and he's from this, and he does that, and all that kind of stuff. And in World of Warcraft, like, if you needed a raid group and you needed a shaman in your raid group, no one will want a shaman in your raid. If you needed a warrior in your raid group, no one plays shaman for raiding. You had to, like, make a completely new character and level it all the way up and gear it out to raid, where in Final Fantasy you are canonically able to be every single class, all 20 classes, like 40 if you include all the crafting classes. But it's just like, oh, cool, let me just put on my new armor, done. It's great. Oh, the zombies aren't going to burn either. It's raining. Well, I got today's quest done, at least. I established a food source. It's not a very big food source, but I established it. I still don't have wool, but I can at least try and get the sheep from there. I believe he's right there. And the sheep from the other end of the mountain, to bring them together and do unspeakable things to them. I grew up on a farm. I know what I'm doing. However, my voice is starting to go out. I've been talking all day. Had a lot of people in the store, so talking all day. So my voice is going out. So I'm probably going to log off here while I'm waiting for the rain to clear. So I will see you later.